How hard is it to camouflage a tank? Now, if you've ever seen a tank in real life, or even in movies, you'll understand just how big these vehicles really are. Take this Leopard 2 for instance. It's about the size of most main battle tanks, and it is, near as makes no difference, twice if not 3 times, maybe even 4 times the size of your car. I'm saying 4 times if you happen to drive a Volkswagen Polo. But with this camo net on here, there was at least an attempt to hide the tank, and that made me wonder, is it possible to hide a tank in War Thunder, and just how effective are the camouflage options in the game at all? So for this challenge, I've got to get as close to the enemy as possible and get a kill, at least 1 kill, without ever being seen. And I've got to do it in 3 separate vehicles. We're starting off with the most easily camouflaged, the smallest tank in the game, the L333cc. And then we're going on to the medium-sized tanks, which leads us to the M41. Obviously chosen because it's not as big as the other tanks, but it is at least bigger than the L3, although most things are. Your dog is probably bigger than the L3. And for the large category, I thought about going with something a little bit silly, and then I realized that there is absolutely not enough camouflage in the game to properly hide a mouse. There's probably not enough camouflage in the world to hide a mouse. So to keep it sensible, we will be finishing off with the Leopard 2, both with and without its camo net, as well as all of the gold leaves that you can possibly imagine. All right, here we go. And you know, I had my doubts about this gray-green camouflage at first, but it was good enough for the Italian army, and it blends in with this road perfectly well. Also, there's an M41 in front of me that is, near as makes no difference, the bigger version of what I am. At least they're consistent with their designs, if not anything else, you know. Also, the Panzer 38T is not a big tank, but look at it next to me.
Hey, little guy.
It's gigantic. I don't just feel small for a tank. I feel like I'm too small for this game. Also, I like that the indicator on the left there says that this is stabilized, and I'd like to know stabilized by what exactly? The gunner's face? So I don't see anything else that could possibly stabilize this. Right, so the easy answer would be to go into the trees over here and sit here and no one would actually see me. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. But we can already see the downside of just relying on the paint camouflage, and that, well, the terrain does change depending on where you are on the map. So even if this is sort of greenish, unfortunately the foliage here is very much red and yellow. It's sort of autumn leaves. So it's not exactly what we are. I mean, I could just go back to that road over there and hide there, but where's the fun in that? The good news is, given that I'm really small, I'm also really quiet as far as engines go. So it's not likely that somebody would hear me coming. Now this tank, or tankette, doesn't actually have a gun. What it has is an anti-tank rifle with an APHE round, meaning it's a very, very small exploding bullet. At least small by tank terms anyway. So something isn't likely to die in a single hit. But the idea was to get as close to the enemy as possible, so here we go. Problem is I have the equivalent armor of like a car, so I don't exactly have the ability to deflect anything bigger than a machine gun. So this is gonna be interesting. Oh, I just saw a shot. Okay, I think it was from up here somewhere. So without skylining myself, I'm going to try to go over this way. I don't want to end up in their spawn either. And if you're thinking that this is a lot of work for a single kill, you're completely right. It is. It is. Wait a minute. The heck is that? Is that a tank? Oh, hello. That is a tank. And it doesn't see me. Okay, let's range it. Oh, it's dead. Well. Okay, let's try something else. Oh, hello. I hit him. He's stopping. Oh, no, he's not. He's not stopping. Oh, I lost it. Where did he go? I mean, the advantage of having a small gun, though, it means follow-up shots are actually less likely to be detected because the muzzle blast is really small. But then again, I likely wouldn't need follow-up shots if the gun was powerful enough too, so there is that. But you know what? I'd consider this successful already, considering that nobody's actually seen me. Like, I don't think anybody's seen me the entire game. But then again, I haven't actually scored a kill, so we are gonna have to try that one again. Okay, so obviously it would be far too easy for me to just sit by the sidelines as far away from the enemy as possible and not be seen. After all, who's gonna notice this sitting on the sidelines? So I'm gonna go right down the middle. In fact, we're gonna go to pretty close to the B point, I think. I'm gonna see if I can stay invisible to there. It's also just occurred to me that given that this is Flanders, there's a lot of trenches, which this might not be able to cross. So there's that. Oh, look, there's another one. And he's covered in bushes. Yeah, he's playing the camouflage game for real. But we're here to just test the paint. And look, as I said, if it was good enough for the Italian army, it's good enough for me, right? Right? Like, that's how that works, right? Probably not gonna work so well if I'm sitting in the middle of a field of purple poppies. But anywhere else, I think will be fine. All right, we're about 350 meters away from the B point and 210 meters away from the C point. We are exactly in the middle, and there is somebody already there. Look at the bridge right there. There's somebody right there. Okay, the question is, will he see me if I pop out and shoot at him? Now, we only have 38 millimeters of pen, so can't shoot at anything with too thick of armor. All right, there he is. He's popping up right now. Does he see me? He doesn't see me, does he? Yeah, I'll just go there. Did he see where that shot came from? I don't think he knows. I don't know if he knows. He doesn't know. I think he does see me. Yep, he sees me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I fired one too many times there. So, I mean, I think it was the muzzle blast that gave me away. I think it was the repeated shooting from the same spot that gave me away. I don't think it was actually the camouflage. Although, that being said, this is pretty visible. Honestly, would love to know what that looked like from his angle. All right, got a Loran 37. That's that thing going up over there. Plane? Can I actually shoot? No way! I got him? Okay, I was wondering, can I actually hit a plane? Yes. Yes, you absolutely can. How fast does the shell go? 832 meters a second. That's not that bad for this VR. I mean, it's far from hypersonic, but wow. It was good enough to do that. Didn't even register that hit. All right, there's that Panzer III again. Oh, he's made a mess of the Daimler. Okay, can we be sneaky and shoot him again? Problem is, I don't know if he's going to be looking this way. Is he looking right at me? I think he's no, he doesn't see me. There we go. Critical hit. Get him. Get him. Quick. Loren, turn around. I don't even know what I critted on him, but I critted something. It's just, I feel like this does so little damage that the game doesn't register the hit half the time. So it doesn't pop up with the thing saying that you got a hit. Okay, I've lost him completely now. I've lost an entire tank. How did I do that? Oh, there he is. I think he's looking right at me. He has to be, right? Hit him. Hit him. Just keep hitting him. One of these. There we go. One of these had to go through. Oh, I think I saved the L6, but I don't know if he was necessarily thinking he was going to need saving. But that was incredible. Okay, so I've shot down a plane and I've shot down a tank. That is a lot more effective than I was ever planning it for it to be. But that being said, I did get seen while shooting that Panzer III. At least one time I was seen by him. So I think we can say that the paint does work some of the time. In the case of that pilot, I think it had nothing to do with it. Hello?
Hello there.
Do you see me? Oh, this is bad. Turn, 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 turn. Okay, he is on fire though. You know what is giving me away is when I shoot repeatedly at something. Yeah, that is what's giving me away. So we know that the paint kind of works, but if I was to keep shooting at something, they might, you know, catch on to it. So what about this then? I mean, it might be good enough to even hide, well, the blast, like the smoke and the muzzle blast. And so long as I pick my spot right, who knows? Maybe they won't even see me at all. I know there's a little bit of a tank that's visible, but would you really notice that? I don't know if you would. Oh! Oh, thank God for teammates. That was not what I was expecting. I thought that was a teammate at first. Unintentional horror game moment. Okay. Are you shooting that way because there's an enemy that way, or are you just shooting that way for fun? I can never tell with you guys. Okay, front towards enemy, like a little tiny sentient claymore. I have found a problem with this particular map. There's not a lot of bushes. There's a lot of hills and a lot of grass, but not a lot of bushes. No, let me hit him. Oh. I think he's gone. Oh, that's bad. I overexposed myself. So, since one of the more recent updates, this kind of camouflage can be destroyed now. So, that presents an interesting problem for, you know, if I get shot at by machine gun fire, is that, yeah, that could absolutely reveal where I am. But that being said, it's not like it didn't already do that. I mean, if you got machine gun fire at you and somebody saw, you know, a hit notification pop up, that would be the same. They are struggling a little bit. There's somebody on the A point though, so I'm gonna go over that way. Okay, I'm gonna try and get closer to them. I know that seems like counterproductive, but what if? I mean, it probably won't, but what if it does though? Oh, there's a lot of dead teammates over here. I'm not entirely sure where the enemy is. Oh, I don't want to expose my, you know, my sides or anything, but only because I really don't know where anyone is. Also, there's so much activity going on right now, I have no idea where anything is. I can't hear anything right now. Oh, okay. There's an enemy right there. There's one right here too. Stay very, very still. Stay very, very still. Back up. Back it up. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. There we go. No! Okay, look, I managed to kill somebody without them seeing me. I consider that a win. Which of course brings us to the M41, a tank that is significantly larger than the L3. All right, ready? M41 and L3, and then back to the M41. Hopefully that gives you an idea. I'm not sure if it did. But now the standard American camouflage of the era, and this is sort of early Cold War era, kind of Korean War era, it's kind of brown. It's very, very brown. So definitely not the best for hiding. But of course, there are other camouflages like this tropical one, as well as this desert khaki, do have something a little bit more camouflagey about them. But so if we're just sticking with what you can unlock without using gold, then this is kind of what you end up with. So does it work? Well, this is already not off to a good start. Well, we do get to try out our desert camouflage for the first time in this video. This is also not the best map for hiding. Still, let's go off to the quarry and see if we can stay hidden. The only thing that's not really that great is that this tank has quite a significant amount of green on its front. And we're also at a much higher BR, 6.3 to be exact. Now, one of the things you have to understand about camouflage is that it only works depending on what your background is. Meaning, if you are up high, for example, if you are using ridge lines, then you may run the risk of skylining or silhouetting yourself, which is basically putting yourself in a position where your background is just the sky. And the downside of doing that means that, well, unless your tank is bright blue, you're not camouflaging against that. Unless your tank happens to belong to the UN or something. But that's where this quarry comes into play, because the background is very much a mass of dark and tan colors, which could work very well for this kind of camouflage pattern. The green's not going to do us that many favors. This is definitely much better suited to sort of scrubland and kind of not so much desert, because you would want just sand color for that, but more a kind of vegetated desert, like a savanna or something. That might work quite well. All right, the main thing I'm trying to do is go over these ridge lines very, very carefully because of what I said about silhouetting, but also potentially just get myself up here. I think there's one right there. Oh, I just missed him. I don't think he's dead. All right, let's get back down again. The C point's being captured. That means there is a tank within 200 meters of me. Sounds like this, I do wish the M41 had a stabilizer. But I'm gonna just nestle myself in here where my background is more or less just sand, and we're gonna see if I can maybe spot what was on the C point. I'm gonna keep the gun pointed this way. I can hear all kinds of things moving around right now. Now, of course, I know there's definitely going to be at least one person in the comment section telling me that, you know, if you went in this way and you pulled off this maneuver, you could have taken the C point and killed who was ever on it. Believe me, I know. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to find out how well camouflage works in War Thunder, and you're not going to achieve that by rushing in. All right, I'm gonna just go over here. I have a feeling I've done a good enough job of not being seen. There we go. I got a kill. I got a kill. There we go. I've achieved that objective. That was a Tiger 2 as well. Oh no. No, 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 no. Can I hit this plane? Oh, I'm on fire. Okay, look, I hit that plane a bunch of times. I'm on fire again. It's so not cool. All right, so now that we know that it works well enough, I'd like to call that a successful test. We do need to at least camouflage it up. And the key to camouflaging is you want to break up the shape of the tank. You don't necessarily have to hide every single bit of the tank, but you do at least want it to not look like a tank at first glance. And that's what I'm trying to do here, if the game will let me. I guess that'll have to do. Now, of course, I do want to hide that gun mantlet somewhat because it does stick out a bit like a sore thumb. And since we don't want to cover the gunner sight all that much, not that it makes a difference, I think it should in War Thunder, but, you know, let me know in the comments if you agree. But I think we should have more or less achieved that. But I do have at least one more piece to put down. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to cover my hatch up here. So from the front anyway, that doesn't obviously look like a tank, but you can still kind of see it. But hey, at first glance, you're probably not gonna notice that at first when it's looking directly at you. From the side, however, that gun barrel is kind of obvious. And then even more so from this side. So you gotta pick our positions very carefully. But I think that's the point. Sometimes this game hates me, and then sometimes it really wants to put me to the test. So this is Karelia, a map with as much foliage as you can possibly find. And it's in the middle of a storm. So it's about as camouflagey as we're ever going to be, if that's a term that we could use. Camouflagey? I think it is. Camouflagey is a word, isn't it? Now, of course, positioning is definitely going to matter, as I said. We are going to have to think about it. And I do have the wrong camouflage pattern for this, for some reason. Yeah, for some reason, the automatic selection gave me desert for this map. I would have thought it would have given me, like, the standard camo, but I guess not. But then again, it is very green. I just hope that, you know, the sand-colored patches don't give me away, because they might. All right, we're going up the hill. This might put me in direct conflict here, but also we can actually be kind of useful because I have the ability to scout. Oh, it's an M4T26, an unholy amalgamation of a Sherman and a Pershing. It's a Pershman or a Shershing. I can only imagine that being the name of a movie. Shershing Redemption. All right, we got a lot of spotting marks up here, so let's just use that. Now, 6.3 is a little early for a BR to have thermals. All right, we'll do 550 for that because I want to hit him in the hull side right here. No! Okay, did he see where that came from? I don't think he did. Oh, that was a beautiful hit. Okay, is there somebody up there? Did I see a muzzle blast? All right, let's hit him again. I am being cheeky now. Okay, I deserve that. All right, I'm using a backup on this only because I want to see how well this camouflage does, the tropical one. This is very similar to the Japanese, like, self-defense force camouflage, and it looks so much darker on this map. Okay, so that BTR snuck up on me, but I was in a really good spot. These bushes do seem a little too bright, so I think if you are looking for it, you will see this. I think you will. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how this whole theory holds up once we get into the 9.0 or above, because I have a feeling thermal sights can see right through all of this. Actually, comment down below with your predictions. Will thermal sights be able to completely negate the effect of camo? I know it'll definitely work on paint, but then again, most of the heat from the engine is at the back, and the heat from the tracks are underneath, so maybe it might still work if we position ourselves well enough. What is going on over here? Was there somebody? Oh, we got another M41 over here. Can somebody see us from here? Oh, hello. I think he's seen me. Well, he sees nothing now. Run away. Oh, I'm stuck on the tree. Run away. Okay, so it worked twice. I thought for a second when he rotated that he was looking directly at me, but he wasn't. And given that there's another M41 over here in identical colors, that's gonna be so confusing. Now, of course, in the real world, natural camouflage such as these bushes only really work if you get them from the place where they're native to. That's number one. And number two, they don't hold up very well over traveling. So it's something that you can typically only do when you are in a prepared position sitting still. So it's one of the reasons why snipers, for example, will make a ghillie suit just as they're preparing to, you know, get into their hide or stay in their positions. Same reason, because you're not gonna be hiking miles and miles with branches stuck to you. It just doesn't hold up all that well, and especially not on tanks. So if this was realistic, yeah, these bushes would have fallen off long ago. Also, there's an enemy tank over here fighting this T-34. Correction, there are 2 enemy tanks. I've knocked out one's breach, and they're both dead. Excellent! And now I'm being shot at. And so now we arrive at the moment you've all been waiting for, the Leopard 2A4 at BR 10.3. And of course, this is what it looks like with its camo net removed. Interestingly enough, this camouflage pattern is very typical of Cold War era, or sort of the 1980s CRAC camouflage pattern, which is the same pattern that the Leopards I first trained on actually arrived in. When Singapore first received their Leopards, they were still in this color because they had basically just been refurbished and delivered. That's how long ago that was. But yeah, they actually looked exactly like this, minus the sort of German markings. So it is a bit of a nostalgia trip for me seeing the tank like this. But more importantly, most people don't know that you have the ability to remove that camo netting. But yeah, that is 100% a thing you can actually remove. So first thing I'm gonna test is how well this camo net actually works. I'm not expecting miracles because we are going to be using this tank at a BR where people have thermal sights. Additionally, we are also going to be putting a lot of leaves on this to see if that makes any difference at all. And there's a slight modification to the rules here is that I cannot engage anything at less than 300 meters. If you've played top tier before, you know exactly how close 300 meters can be. If somebody doesn't see you by that point, then they're probably me. So let's get to it. All right, well, this is not what I was hoping for, but well, we're here. Urban. I've gone for the brown camouflage because, well, it's better than forest camo, I guess. Now, obviously, the same rules still apply. I do still have to get a kill without being seen first. And that big turbocharged V12 diesel engine is not exactly the quietest thing. I'm dropping some cheeky artillery on the corner there. So hopefully that'll score me some points. I guess. I don't really know. All right, here we go. Onward. Oh, we got hit. Am I on fire? I am on fire. Let's grab ourselves a crew member and we'll get a quick repair going. Is there a helicopter? I swear I hear a helicopter. I'm not imagining that. Am I? I do hear that. Oh, there's something coming. Oh! Oh, I was not expecting that to happen. It looked like it ricocheted off of the ground, actually. Uh-oh. Incoming. Come on, let me shoot. Oh, this is a problem. I have all of the problems right now. I mean, my track is damaged and I can't move out of this spot, so... Wait, could I can drop artillery on myself. Oh, that's a non-pen. Oh, that's a problem. Well, I have artilleried myself. And yeah, that wasn't gonna go super well. So, I would say, there isn't really a good way to camouflage in urban terrain. The brown does work, though. It is very, very much blending in to this this area. But yeah, not easy to hide in this. All right, here we go. Possible enemy contact dead ahead. Nope, clear that side. Yeah, I hear something. I hear something. Oh, really? There was somebody behind me? Yeah. He was really quiet. All right, so even though I did get at least one kill in that last battle, I was definitely already seen at that point. So that doesn't really count. But at least I get to try out this new desert camouflage, which I gotta say really suits the RLC map colors very, very well. But unfortunately, this map also is very nicely suited for hull down and sniping, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing, unfortunately. In fact, if I go over this ridgeline, I'm literally skylining myself, so that does not work. So I gotta figure out something else. The only other option is going through the city, or going straight into the Dust Bowl in front of this Abrams over here, which I could do, or I could risk it and go around. All right, if he's going around, I'm going around. You know what, never mind, I am going around. I didn't see anybody there. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going, go, 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 go. Now, there isn't really a good camouflage that would suit this, except for maybe Battleship Gray, so... I guess as good as mine is what you would use for concrete and metal, but I think the Germans in World War II kind of had that figured out. As much as I don't want to go into the city, it would be the best chance for me to get a close combat kill without being seen, so there is that option. Okay, so my goal is to get to that point there. Ooh, that's a missile launch. Okay, let's just range that. 400 meters. It's a little bit far away. All right, if I can get to this spot right here, I think we might be in a good position. I gotta flank him, so I gotta go around, but I'm gonna get dangerously close to their spawn detection zone. Not exactly where I want to be, because that's definitely gonna give me away. I don't think I can consider that not spotted. I'm kind of hoping that that Abrams gets spotted first. He might make for a nice distraction. Oh, there he is. I think he's seen me. Oh, he's gotta have seen me already, right? I mean, he can see me now, I think. Right? You can see me, right? Do I count that? Can I count that? I don't think so. I think that was just a bit too rude. Now, artillery doesn't really do much against tanks, especially main battle tanks, but it is very good at pushing people out of position because it has the ability to damage external components, and even sometimes if you get lucky, it might even kill. So that worry is enough to get people to move sometimes, and seems to work out well for me occasionally. All right, we're going into the urban. Dead tank there. All right, let's go cautiously. Artillery down there. Oh, I think that is a gun barrel. I think I just saw a gun barrel. Is that a tank right there? I don't think so. I think it might be a dead one, but there might be something behind it. The Type 16 is gonna capture. What was that? Oh, it's a Sukhoi 25. Okay, so we've got enemy plane up. I think it's got one of them big rockets or something. So that's a problem. A pretty significant problem. There's also a 2S-38 lurking around somewhere. I see you. And you didn't see me. Okay, wait. I gotta laze that. Was that within range? Oh, it was not. 450. Oh no. Alright, I gotta drop artillery there because I can hear something coming. I need to be closer to something. Oh, hi. Hello. I wasn't even paying attention. Both of those would have been within range. That's what I get for not looking at my map. Alrighty, so we are in Mozdok, the nice and grassy map, and we have our camo net on now. So while, yeah, you can get pretty close with just the paint, it's obviously not that great at concealing. That being said, that 2S-38 that I killed, yeah, he definitely didn't see me, but I don't think that had anything to do with the paint. Now you might be wondering, why am I going all the way out on this side? I'm going so far away. Well, the reason is the nuclear sun right there, which is scorching my eyeballs, is what I'm trying to avoid. Okay, so we have something over there. Let's see. That is 880 meters. I don't want to engage at this distance, but it's all I got right now. It's a Vilkas that I'm shooting at, and it has an unmanned turret, which is not helpful to anybody, except for maybe the person operating it. People really do seem to like the Vilkas. Oh, what the? Oh, I didn't realize how overexposed I was. Well, that's a shame. All right, I know it's flashing at me to go back onto the map, but I'm gonna have to go off the map for a little bit. Hopefully the Leopard's speed allows me to get back in time. All right, 25 seconds, and we're gonna go over here. All right, we're back on. There we go. Just wanna go all the way to the edge here. What is that? Oh, it's an AH-6. We got a little bird. Okay, I think that is something right there that just moved. It's really hard to tell, which is why I shouldn't be trying to snipe right now. But also, I can definitely say, I don't think the camo net really prevents you from being seen, because if you look at the... Oh, I just saw something move back there. But if you look at the camo net, it's well and truly visible in thermals. So, thermal imagers are definitely gonna kind of negate whatever camo nets do. But that's kind of what they're for, so... They are doing what they're supposed to do. I do love how quickly you can respond to spot markers, though, in the Leopard. Literally just roll up, laze, and fire, and that's it. And yeah, the real one is exactly like that. Oh, no, 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 no. All right, where are you? Where are you? Why can I not see it? Why can I not see what's shooting at me right now? Where is it? Is it behind this tree? I literally can't see anything. Oh, I saw him at the last second there. I'm gonna say it. I think the camo net might be a bust. I mean, that time I was sitting out in the open, but I mean, the first time that I got hit, yeah, I don't think I was even that visible, but I must have been showing up on his thermals bright as day, so not like I would necessarily be able to hide that. All right, that's dead. But at the same time, I mean, you don't really use like a ghillie suit, for example, to go sneak up behind somebody. I mean, you do that in video games. You don't do that in real life. And tanks are much the same. I mean, you'd be surprised how close you can get to somebody in a tank without them realizing, especially in the dead of night, but that's not always the case. When using the Leopard in the way it's supposed to be used, you can see just what it excels at, which is hull down, sniping, ridge lines, all of that. And I know I sound like a broken record saying that all the time, but that is literally that's drilled into your head pretty much from day one, that is what you do. Like, the entire drill is observation position, firing position, prepare to fire, and all of those drills that are just, you practice that over and over again. It's not surprising that it sticks with you. Oh, I should have brought heat rounds for this. Come on, let me hit it. Let me hit it. There we go. All right, now's our chance to actually do the objective. Can I get close enough to this guy? I think he knows I'm here. Oh, hello. Oh, that was a quick reaction, but yeah, he saw me first. Okay, I'm gonna drop this here. My engine's knocked out. I'm not gonna use the smoke. I'm not gonna blind myself. I think... There he is. Ah, I guessed wrong. No! Oh no, I'm on fire again, and I have no... Thingy. Yep, thingy. That's what the word. Extinguisher. There we go. All right. Well, the camo net definitely didn't work super well, but I have noticed that decorations don't show up in thermals as strongly, so there might be something to this. That being said, I don't think I have enough slots. Like, you only have 6 of them. I don't think I have enough to actually cover up the whole tank, but we'll try it. We'll try it. So I'm gonna put one here. I think I'm gonna go with the same sort of idea that I had last time, which is just kind of breaking up the shape of the vehicle. And I'm gonna see what we can do with that. It is just gonna be more or less for the front and a little bit of the track as well, because the tracks do show up on the thermals quite strongly. And I'm just gonna cover up the turret as well. Something that just sort of makes it harder to see from the front. That might work. Of course, if I do something like this, I'm blocking the sights of the tank. Not that it matters in this game, but it would in real life, so you definitely don't want to be doing that. That's about as good as it's gonna get. That's not a lot. I have space for one more, so I'm gonna buy one more piece. I think it's gotta be a big one. We'll go with the palm leaves for this one, just because I know those are huge as well. So we'll do that there. Yep, I'm spending money in this video, so you guys better like and subscribe for that. And if you're feeling generous, maybe hit that join button and help me buy more bushes and leaves for my tanks. I don't have a lot of confidence that this is gonna work, but we'll find out. It's interesting. I normally like this map a lot because the left side of it is really, really good for hull down and sniping. A lot of really cool positions there. I don't play this side of the map nearly as much, and I definitely don't think I'm gonna enjoy it as much when I'm having to basically face hug the enemy. But we'll try this, I guess. All right, anyone gonna be able to see me? I already don't know. I gotta keep the front towards the enemy as much as possible. I don't think anybody's flanking. Oh, hello. We do have something. I don't know what that was, but I'm gonna find out. Well, whatever it was is on fire. I think he's seen me. Oh, maybe not. Alright, well, his breach is out. I'm using a lot of rounds to do this. Okay, I should probably laze that properly. Yeah, this is well outside the range I'm supposed to be going for, so I'm glad that that turned out to be an assist. Still, not what we're supposed to be doing. Oh no, I've been hit. I am sort of just in a perfect position to not actually take any serious damage from this, but that is a little bit awkward. Oh, hello. All right, let's see if I can mark that and hit it with artillery. Did I lose any of my bushes? No, I didn't, which is surprising because I know machine gun fire can destroy them, so why can't normal cannon fire? What? Hello, what are you doing? What was that? Okay, that was definitely well outside the range. That Vidar, yeah, that didn't go well for him. I'm just trying to see what was shooting at me earlier because there was something over this way too. Okay, we'll see if this Gepard gets hit. I'm using a teammate as bait, completely shamelessly, by the way. Oh yeah, there he was. He was gonna give me away. But I saw him. Hello, are you a tank? No, it's not. Okay, but something else just shot at me. What was that? Oh, I see it. Okay, I think it was an Abrams. Sometimes you don't need camouflage. Sometimes you just need eyes that are better than mine, because clearly mine are terrible. I'm not even kidding either. My eyes are actually genuinely terrible. But I was still an amazing shot, you know. Mostly because our rifles and stuff all had optic. Hey, you know, we use the equipment we got. That's a lot of smoke. Is there anyone alive in it? I don't think so. Okay, but I think whatever's alive on the left is still alive. Or... yep, it was. Oh, that was such a low shot. I should have lased it. Oh, that's a problem. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yes, you can camouflage a tank with all of the twigs and bushes you can think of. At the end of the day, technology still wins. And so thermal sights are definitely still going to be able to see you, and I think it's just the contrast between, even if the decorations aren't super visible, it's still brighter than its surroundings. So it is still going to show through, and I think you're not really going to be able to hide as easily at the upper tiers. But anything, I would say 8.0 and below, you know, where the early generation thermals are not super great, or where people only have night vision devices and no thermals, that might be where it works out quite well. And as for the historical aspect of it, I mean, yes, natural camouflage can and is still used on tanks, even today, but it is more commonly used, at least in my experience anyway, when the tank is stationary. A lot of this stuff, as I said, doesn't last very long. It does not hold up very well to moving around. And when you're moving from place to place, you might end up in a place where the vegetation that you use, for example, these palm leaves or these bushes, just don't really grow that often, and you're gonna end up sticking out more than blending in. So it is better used for when you're doing an overnight stop, or you're, you know, hiding the vehicle for a long period of time and you're staying static. That might be a better use for it. But of course, natural camouflage will get in the way of things like optics, the turret traverse, the gun recoil, and many other things. So it's one of those things where setting it up correctly takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, and a lot of skill and practice. It is not fun to do, putting up a camo net on its own, as I've done it a fair few times, and anyone who's ever been around tanks and had to do it, it's not fun. And it definitely has questionable effectiveness, and it tends to fall down if you don't do it right. But hopefully this gives you a clue as to what camouflage is like and what its purpose is, and of course how well it can work in War Thunder. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and of course subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm gonna hit this plane. I swear that got close.